So I just got done with my trip to Montana. I came over here back home to hang out with some friends and family. Some things got brought up though that I thought that maybe I could put out here, because I think that a lot of people have some problems remembering their worth and what they think that they need or what they don't think that they need in a relationship. So before I start anything, I want to say this is all in my opinion. So whatever I say, whatever I believe, obviously you don't have to say or do anything about it. This is just what I think, and I hope that in some sort of a way that it can help somebody in some way. So recently, my friend has gone through some things along with me, has gone through some things that make us question how we are, because we're at a certain age where we think that we should already have everybody or everything set in stone. Well, I just want to remind everyone that there's no set in stone, there's no requirement to your life in any sort of a way. You take your life at your own pace, regardless of what anybody or anything tells you or whatever it is. I think, in my opinion, that today's society, today's media, social media, movies, TV shows, whatever, gives us an unrealistic standard of how a love life should be, how a relationship should be. Sure, it's completely possible for that type of a relationship to be, but it's not something that you should base yourself off of. I think that you just need to be true to who you are, who you want to be, who you're going to be, and don't let anybody else change that. Don't let anything stray you away from who you yourself want to be. Not that you should be or whatever you think that the world is just gonna want you to be. That's not what life's about. Life is about discovering who you are, your worth, loving yourself, loving your family and your friends for who they are. And in a relationship, I believe that's the same way. You should love you before you love them. I think that is a huge thing, that if you don't enjoy your own company, it's going to be really hard to know how to enjoy somebody else's company, because you're still unsure about what you want or what you think you need. The biggest thing that I've learned in the last couple of years, I guess, is when you're at an age where you've dated a fair amount of people, or somebody else has dated a fair amount of people, and obviously the relationships didn't work out and they're trying to be in a relationship with you, I believe that you, as your own person, should remember that that relationship is not all of your other relationships. This is a new relationship. You should be open to who they are and to who or what they offer. And I get that when you date somebody, you acquire, I don't want to say acquire, that's a bad word. They're going to have baggage. Understood. But it's not your responsibility to get rid of that other person's baggage. It's theirs, because it's not your fault that they had bad relationships. And they shouldn't base your personal relationship on everything else that they've been through. All this, oh, I have trust issues, or I don't know if I can trust you or believe you or whatever because of all my other relationships, then you shouldn't be getting into another relationship until you figured out how to get out of your old habits or your past relationships. You should be going into a relationship excited and open-minded and clear-headed as possible to experience a new human being, a new relationship, not basing everything else off of, oh, I got cheated on or I got messed with mentally. That's not how you base a new relationship on. And I just want to remind everybody that it's not healthy, in my opinion, I should say again, in my opinion, I do not believe that it's healthy in a relationship to try and fix somebody. Saying this from experience, and I don't know why us women want to, or I guess some men do too. We always get into relationships where we think that we can fix somebody, or we think that we can morph them into this image of a man or a woman that we think we should be with. And I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong of us. If you cannot look at a human being and accept their flaws or accept who they are, then you shouldn't be getting in a relationship with them, because that's just going to make it that much harder on you and that much harder on that human being, because now they have to live up to these unrealistic expectations that you have for a partner. And I think that the world needs to remember that there is more out there than social media or TV or movies or whatever else that we base our relationships off of. Heck, Disney movies, if anything, that they give really unrealistic reasons or ways of how life itself goes. And I just want to remind everybody that there's a real world out there outside of whatever we're watching, whatever we're reading, whatever it is. It's own yourself, own your actions, and believe in yourself that you will be true and honest and humble and love fully every single chance you get into a relationship. Because that person, even you as a person, deserves that much. I believe that you deserve to be loved fiercely, because nobody else is going to live up to what you want except for yourself. Be honest. Communicate. Remember to communicate openly. Remember that people do have, I don't want to say problems. They don't have problems. People do have ideas on what they believe and what they don't believe, and trying to upset somebody or accidentally upsetting somebody because you don't know how they are or what they think. I think that you should keep an open communication when it comes to things like that. You know, like, what are your standards on talking to the opposite sex? You know, it's different for everybody. I think that hopefully not just like flirting with other people while you're in a relationship, or just talking to another person while you're in a relationship. It's different every time, and I think that you should openly communicate that to your partner before you get into a serious problem that shouldn't be a problem when, you know, you've already been dating for a month or so. I think you just need to remember who you are and what you think you deserve in love, in life, for the world. You should be contributing to just as much as the other person should be contributing to a relationship. It It should be 100%, 100%. It shouldn't be 50-50. It shouldn't be 45, whatever else. It's 100% by 100%. You should always be giving that extra effort. And personally, me, when I get into a relationship, the only thing I ever ask is for you to try. That's it. I don't want anything else out of you. I want you to try. Try to make me smile. Try to understand me. Try to whatever it is. All you need to do is to try. That's it. It's very simple. And I just want to put this video out to let you know that you are worth it. Your relationships with multiple people are worth it. They're there for a reason, to teach you, to show you, to whatever it is. You matter. You matter. And there are people out there that want to be mattered. And there are people out there that want you to matter to them. Whatever it is, you get one chance to be somebody you want to be. Be it. Forget about standards or what society wants us to be or whatever. You just be you, regardless of your flaws or your goods and bads, your pros, your cons, whatever it is. You just be you, and you do whatever makes you happy, period. We live in a time and a place that nothing normal, I shouldn't say that. Normal to you is normal to you. A normal to somebody else may not be a normal to you, but it's normal for them. So it's not your business or anybody else's business to judge or make fun of or comment on whatever you're doing. You be you, because that's what makes you happy. I'm done ranting. I'm headed back to Washington. Thank you for listening.